wanted to smack him. I'm sitting right here. Hold your editorial until you are ready to talk to me. But I have a history of wanting to lash out at doctors. I'd felt that way about Seamus's first oncologist. I not so fondly referred to her as Dr. Sorority Bitch. And the oncologist I did chemo with, Dr. B. No explanation needed, I trust, though clearly I could use some creativity in my anger. The intern switched the exam room lights back on. Finally, the doctor turned to me. "This isn't good. What I see is most likely, I'm almost certain, a melanoma." I had long ago noticed, in my vast experience with cancer, that very few people, medical personnel included, actually say the C word. "Cancer?" I said. "I'm afraid so." Shit, I am so sick of cancer. How bad is it? This cannot be happening. How bad is it? Cannot be happening. Not again. How bad is it? I stayed quiet, stroking Seamus's head while I steadied myself. "Can you give him that other cookie now? And maybe one for me?" The doctor pulled a dog biscuit from the pocket of his lab coat and fed it to Seamus, who gladly ate it in only a few quick bites, and then howled, wagging his tail. "He's a really cute dog," the doctor said. "He is, and he has already survived cancer once, a mast cell tumor. He's been through 2 surgeries and months of chemotherapy." While one hand held Seamus, my other was clenched in a fist at my side. "Is this related to that cancer? A recurrence now, 7 years later?" The doctor's eyebrows shot up, but he was quick to recover. "No, not related. This is a different cancer altogether. He's just not very lucky." Luck? It was only luck, or more to the point, bad luck, that determined who got cancer? I guess I'm not very lucky either. I'm also a cancer survivor. Now the doctor's surprise stayed on his face. Wow, that's a lot of cancer in one house. Do you live near a nuclear reactor or something?" I was no amateur at hearing a cancer diagnosis. I had experienced it done both better and worse than this. I couldn't tell if he thought he was making a joke, but whether he was or not, it was an entirely inappropriate comment. Now we'd swung from luck to where we live maybe being the cause of cancer. Time to bring the doc's focus back to where it should be, to what next. "So where do we go from here? What's the treatment? Do you know for certain it is cancer?" He gave a long explanation, with the usual amount of confusing and frightening medical terms. It came down to surgery. The doctor was 99% certain there was a melanoma on Seamus's eye. Whatever it was, it had to be removed. Chemo and radiation were not options for this cancer. They could remove the eye and likely be done with it. Or they could try shaving the tumor off and saving the eye, but if it grew back, they'd have to remove the eye then. Chances were it would grow back. The only issue would be how long it took. The longer it took, of course, the longer he'd keep the eye. Could be weeks, could be months, could be years. Seamus was 9, maybe 10 years old then. Since I'd adopted him from a shelter, I was uncertain of his actual age. But still, at 9 or 10, he could live 4 or 5 years longer, maybe more. Trying to save the eye seemed the right thing to do. If he were older, maybe I'd worry more about the possibility of 2 surgeries and the toll that would take. But he'd been such a trooper during all he'd been through that I had great faith in his recovery abilities. Plus, I'd become accustomed to beating the cancer odds, maybe even inexplicably cocky about it. "I want to try to save his eye," I said. "That's what I'd do too." The doctor moved toward the door. "We'll get you an estimate of the cost and schedule the surgery." We scheduled the surgery for December. I considered waiting until January, because December is when all bad things seem to happen in my life. My entire family has a bad history with the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Accidents, deaths, cancer diagnoses. Note the plural on all of those events. I dread the entire holiday season, but particularly the month of December. And now, another reason to despise it. But I didn't want to just leave cancer hanging around in the poor dog's eye, any more than I had wanted to leave it hanging out in my right breast when I was diagnosed in December 2008. Seamus, in his usual style, and as I had counted on, recovered from this surgery quickly, but he still needed care.